I would be stunned if he didn't show up. James Cook doesn't show up to the mandatory session. That's going to be major news. No matter what James Cook does here, I don't think it's swaying Brandon Beane. This is why when he did skip out on the voluntary session, I understand it almost primarily from the perspective that is, I'm not trying to go out and practice and potentially get hurt. But if his whole goal here was to send a message to Beane, unfortunately for him, I think that message is going to fall on deaf ears. Brandon Beane is not going to be swayed into paying James Cook a year early or paying him top of the market money after having not done it all the way up until now, just because James Cook didn't show face at the voluntary session. I also feel, however, that Brandon Beane's not going to do that if James Cook doesn't show up to the mandatory session. The Bills have the leverage here. Next year is when they will not have the leverage. This year they do, because James Cook gets fined into oblivion for every mandatory session, practice, game that he misses. And at that point, James Cook is hurting James Cook far more than he's hurting the team. Him not showing up isn't going to get Brandon Beane to open up his checkbook instantly and get this done. I would hope he's cognizant of that, because I just think you're lighting money on fire if you don't show up to mandatory sessions and beyond that. And that's why I think it would just be astonishing if James Cook approached this situation holding out and really only making matters worse for himself, I think. Now, we'll find out in a couple of weeks here.